All right, testing 1 2. All right, I got a question. I got a question for us. Who speaks for black children? Who is out here speaking for black children? I know there's many people that are trying to, and they end up getting silenced or put away or made to look like they're crazy, or they don't want to let the new generation come in or whatever. But who speaks for black children? There is an assault on black children, especially the male children. There is an assault on them. And the assault on black boys is very real. And there is a conscious movement to destroy the black male and make it so instead of the black male being in a fixed position as masculine, the assault is to now have him have a choice of whether he's going to be masculine or feminine, or put in his head the idea that he should make that choice, wherein our creator, if you believe in the God of the universe, made a distinct decision that if you were born with a certain set of reproductive organs, you were classified as you are supposed to have a masculine framework, inner framework, and outer framework. But now it's to the point where your black children. Period. I mean, the girls are pretty much the same way. It's not as aggressive with the girls yet. It's there, but it's not as aggressive. But with the boys, man, it's so aggressive, and it's sad. We watching it, and what are you talking about, Brother Clarence? Just speak straight out. I'm talking about the BET Awards for an example. That's just an example of the assault on black children. The BET Awards, the over sexualized situations that you would never see on the Jewish television network. You would see some over sexualized situation like that, where a child could turn the channel and see something like that with all Jewish people on the channel. You would never see something like that. You would never see something like that on any of the MTV or VH1. You would never see nothing like that on any of those channels. You would never see nothing like that. Our children are being overstimulated. They're being sexually stimulated, 5, 6, 7 years old, because they're making this so available to your children, and you don't even see it. You're too busy trying to put two nickels together and rub them together to make something happen. You're too busy living paycheck to paycheck. And me, I mean, all of us, we're too busy. And a lot of us men, see, let me talk to the men. Man, you out here busy trying to bag as many women as you can. And you letting these women raise these young men. And the women turn them into simps. Then you come out here and you got the nerve to talk about them being simps when you ain't even in the goddamn house to raise them. I wouldn't be honest with you. She crazy. Yeah, I know. But see, somebody got sacrificed. Somebody got sacrificed. But see, that's the problem with us as black people, man. We want somebody else to sacrifice for our freedom. You think you're going to vote your way out of this situation. You ain't going to vote your way out of this situation. It's going to take black men standing up. Well, it's black women. Don't even count them. Don't even count the black woman. Don't even count the black woman. I told you, man, she got a natural attraction to power. So if whoever is the most powerful person around her, that's who she going to naturally gravitate to. Typically. Of course, there's exceptions to the rule, but generally, most black women, they're going to gravitate to whoever's talking the way they want to, whoever's tickling their ear. It's a lot of truth we got to tell, black men. We got a lot of truth to tell. And we got a lot of truth to tell, starting with ourselves. We got to look at ourselves, man. We are letting these children down. We, us, black men, we are letting these children down, black men. You got children in foster care. You ain't even going to go see them children in the foster care. They got birthdays. They got Christmas. They got all kind of holidays that America came up with so that you can spend all your money on them. Okay, go do it. At least go see them. Black man, you got children in orphanages out here. You just wrote them off. Forget it. No, man. We got to put the black family back together, man. There was a time where everybody ate at the same table. We ate at the same meal. We ate out of the same bowls, just like we did over on our homeland. Just like we did in our homeland. We ate out of the same, everybody ate out of the same bowl. We got all our food out of the same bowl. Why? Because we worked together. It strengthened the group ties that we had with each other. You so far away from that, one child eating in one room, one child eating another, or the black woman going to McDonald's or some similar type of place 4 or 5 times a week because she's so tired. I can't cook. I'm too tired. I mean, what's happened to us? But I'm not even blaming black women. I'm blaming black men. We are out here and we laying down with women and we know we don't want to be with them. Why are we doing that? Because you've been taught to be a reckless wrecking ball in the black community. Look at your music. The BET Awards should have shown it to you. Man, you can't even sell no records to black people unless you got women with their ass hanging out, grown men kissing. You can't. What can you do? Your children is looking at all of this, man. Especially your boys. Your boys. So they learning not to have no respect for nothing. There is no line. And then when they pass the line, the police can come pick them up. When they do something, when they get so crazy and they get so out of order, they step way over the line, the police come and get them. It's a Malcolm X said it. Malcolm X said it. Brother Malcolm said it a long time ago. He said, "Man, they give you a deck of cards to play with, and then they tell you. Then when they catch you with the cards, they put you in jail." Your black boys are being stimulated. You know they are stimulated. They already have. A lot of them have their sexual organs are working at 6 and 7 years old, even though they don't know how to interpret that in a positive way yet. That stuff is working. And then when they see over-sexualized situations, how do they reconcile that in their heads? So it creates confusion. Confusion is incoming information that has does not have a designated place to be set down. That's confusion. I don't know if this information goes here or here or here. That's what's happening to your children. Our children. Well, it's black women. What are black women gonna do about it? Black women still think voting for Biden is gonna work. Some kind of way gonna help. They're gonna give black women $10 billion. The banking system. Well, let me say this. Not give it, make it available for you, because there's a difference between them giving you $10 billion and them making it available for you in the form of loans. And that's what they're going to do. But back to our children. Our children are under attack, man, especially the black boys. The black boys are under attack. So the question is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to just sit back and let it happen like we've been doing? I can't say all of us. I'm just saying most of us. There's some brothers out here that have been taking a lot of arrows for trying to fight for the black family. But most of us, what we doing? What we doing? And it ain't like people want you to get up and go do. You see Asian people marching? They ain't marching nowhere, and they got law. They just got a law saying if you do anything to them, you committing a federal offense. Asian man shot that little boy, and if his father wouldn't went out and shot him, he would have been looking at 40, 50 years in federal prison. If I'm lying, get an attorney. I don't care what he is, Asian, black, white, red, yellow, or green. Get an attorney to come on here and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Back to the black children, the black boys. Black boys are under assault. Did you see the BET Awards? It's absolutely unwatchable. A decent people trying to raise their children to be decent people, human beings. Let alone Americans, but just decent human beings. You can't even watch nothing like that, especially with your children. You can't even watch nothing like that. It's absolutely unwatchable for decent people. It's for hypocrites. They should call it HETV. Just HTV, hypocrite TV, because it is horrible. That's a horrible station. But they ain't the only ones. They ain't the only ones. Let's look at your music, black man. Let's look at your music. You got music out here, bro. Almost every video is out here talking about either how much of a whore the black woman is, or pulling guns on black people. Pulling guns on black people. I shoot these niggas. I kill these niggas. You've been conditioned. Like Pavlov's dog. You've been conditioned. Now they ring the bell. They see, so with Pavlov's dog, they had the food, they had the dog, and they had the food. Every time they bring the food out, the dog's mouth will water. Then they started ringing the bell whenever they brought the food out. Then the dog's mouth will water. Then they took the food out and they just rang the bell. And there was no food, but the dog's mouth will water because he mentally connected it. Right? The dog mentally connected the ringing of the bell with the food. Now you, look at you. Right? Right? So now they put the bag out there. Right? Now they just got the bag. And you do whatever. Make the bag big enough. I'm going to do whatever. Just like Judas. Remember Judas? Judas. One of Jesus' faithful disciples. one of Jesus' faithful disciples. For those of us that are familiar with a man named Jesus, and they gave him what? How many pieces of silver? 13 pieces of silver, something like that. A lot of money. You can go. That was a lot of money back then, bro. That was a lot of money. But they gave it to him. They said, "Hey," he said, they told him, "Hey, we need to know who's the leader. We don't know who the leader is because all of y'all move so smooth. We don't know who the leader is." And Judas said, "Hey, I'll give my leader a kiss. I'll give him a kiss. That way y'all will know who he is." So they gave him the money and he gave him the kiss. But when he got that money, he realized, man, wow. Even though I got the money, he couldn't escape. He couldn't escape the fact that he let his people down. He couldn't escape that. Huh? And he took his life. He took his own life. According to the book. Because he was just, it racked his brain so bad that he misled his people. He brought that danger to his people. Well, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? We letting this danger come to our children. These are our children. This is our on roots, man. This is the greatest. Behold, the one thing greater than yourself. The one thing greater than yourself is your offspring. One thing greater than yourself, right? But look at us. We are sitting back, man. I'm not saying you need to go and take a some type of weapon down to a bat down to BET. I'm not saying nothing stupid like that. No. What we need is a movement to show these people, okay, if this is how you're gonna treat our children, we ain't never doing no business with you ever again. And so anybody that's doing business with you going forward, we know where they stand, and we ain't gonna do business with them no more. We ain't gonna do no business with you, and we ain't gonna do no business with them no more. Because we can't afford to let our children go no more. Our children going down into the ground. Our children is the worst in every statistic, vital statistic for people. Our children are the worst. Only thing they got going for them is their God-given natural melanin and organs that are typically the top organs on the planet by demographic group of people. Other than that, we letting these people kill us. We letting people kill us. Do you think that they would have a Jewish, if they had a Jewish celebration, do you think they would have women with their asses hanging out? Jewish women out there dancing with their asses hanging out. Jewish men talking about pulling guns on each other, selling dope to each other. Do you think that they would have that in front of their children even? They would, even in front of their own, just the grown-ups. Hell, look at YouTube. You look on YouTube and see if you see it. But YouTube is with the program, right? They with it. They play that stuff all day. They play stuff like that all day, where men are talking about how much the black woman is a hoe, a bitch, and a hoe. Women are talking about how they got to get their count, they body count high, and how they got to scam men out of money. black men, all of this is in front of your children. All of this is in front of your children. And then to top it off, they got grown men tongue kissing grown men in passionate kisses in front of your children, arousing their sexuality. That ain't something that young children should be seeing. Even if it was a man and a woman passionately kissing like that in public, that ain't something that children should be seeing. Because it puts those children in a place where they don't need to be, arousing their sexual curiosity. That's unnecessary. But hey, what do I know? Nobody gives a fuck about black children, do they? That's why they're going to keep on showing this shit, and they're going to keep on pumping money into, you're going to keep on buying their streams of their music that talks about I'm a savage and all this, and WAP and all this other stuff. Nobody cares nothing about black children. The few of us that do, we don't stand a chance, but we still gonna fight because we got God on our side. And that's all we was asked to do was fight. We wasn't told we was gonna win. So we ain't worrying about whether we gonna win or lose. We was told to fight. So this is what we doing. You know what I mean? We all little Isaacs out here, right? We all little Isaacs out here. Abraham walked Isaac up to that hill, say, son, God said, I gotta take you out. Cause you know how you came about wasn't the way he said it should happen. And he thought Isaac was gonna be all upset. And Isaac said, hey man, I'm rolling with you. If your God said let's do it. Come on, let's go. I don't want you. I don't want your God to be upset with you. That's what I don't want. That's when that boy showed that he loved his dad and he loved his dad's love of God. That saved the whole program right there. But you ain't raised. See, your children ain't raised like that. Your children is raised in your house because of all of this kind of stuff. They learning how to hate you. They learn how to hate you off these television shows. They learn how to hate you. They say, I ain't driving a Benz at 16. I hate you. You making my life miserable. Why? Because my friend is driving a Benz. His parents brought him a Benz, or his parents brought him a Porsche. And I ain't driving one. I ain't driving one because you hating on me. Your children don't even know what it means to work. Hard work. Get down on the ground. Suffer. Sacrifice. The Quran says sacrifice is ordained for you. It's ordained for you, man. There's a sacrifice in everything. You're only going to get what you work for. Well, what are we working for, brother? We ain't doing no work, so our children are getting the brunt of this assault. We got to counter this assault, and that's what we need to talk about next. I'm open to talking to people who want to counter this assault. I can break this assault down musically, television-wise, all kind of media-wise. I can break this assault down. But now what we need to know, I think we all got it, but now what we need to see is, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to take this by the horn? Well, the first step, I believe, is we have to just tell our people to just be done with BET. That is over. We can never watch that channel ever again. Let it go by the wayside. Let them just do infomercials on that program, on that station all day. We as black people cannot watch that anymore. The insults that the insult to injury that they are putting out there. I mean, it's black entertainment, but it's not even black owned. It's Viacom owns it, And so Viacom can do what they want to do with it. More power to them. But we just ain't going to let them sexualize our children. We ain't going to let them sexually arouse our children anymore. We're not going to allow that to happen. And so how we do it, we turn it off. We get rid of it. If you got to dump your cable company, dump your cable company. If you got to dump you get your Roku. It's cheaper anyway. But forget BET. Forget it. But anyway, I'm down to talk on live stream with anybody who's serious about some solutions or some kind of way to pass this thinking process along to other black men. Because I know black men don't listen to me because, I'm not talking about, beating up on black women all the time. Yeah, I get at black women sometimes, but, everything is not their fault. Everything is not on them. A lot of this stuff is on us. We put them in a position that they shouldn't be in, which is raising children by themselves. And then we blame them for the outcome. Anyway, am I wrong? Am I crazy? Should we still watch BET as I'm taking it too serious? As I'm crazy? As I'm a conspiracy theorist? Lil Nas X kissing a grown man on basic cable TV where your children can turn from SpongeBob to Lil Nas X kissing a man. That's cool. If that's cool with you, let me know. But it's certainly not cool with me. It's certainly not cool with me. And I don't want to see nothing like that. Again, and I'm not going to let my children, I don't have children anymore. But I'm not going to they definitely won't be having BT in my house anymore. Tell me what y'all think, though. Peace. Oh, never be the aggressor, brother. Never be the aggressor.